My dear child, I have some monumental news to share with you. Your true identity has just sent ripples through the heavens. And no, this isn't an overstatement. At this very moment, as I speak, heaven itself is in turmoil. Why? Because the instant they learned that you are the last living heir of something extraordinary, potent, and irreplaceable, it created shock waves in the unseen realm. But how did heaven come to know? Who let the secret slip? And the most pressing question of all, whose rare legacy flows through your veins? Before I disclose anything, you must understand this. The very forces that have pursued your legacy for centuries are now aware. They have uncovered that you are the last living descendant of that legacy. So, before they close in, I must begin this message. Let's start. My dear child, indeed, it is true. Your true identity has just sent shockwaves through the heavens. And no, my dear child, I am not exaggerating. I am sharing with you the absolute truth, the reality, the very scenes that I am witnessing in heaven at this moment. Because when your identity was revealed, everything shifted. The elders were stunned. The angels began to whisper. The atmosphere quivered with divine energy. And every single soul here is doing something that compels me to repeat, your true identity has just shaken the heavens. But pay attention. It's not only heaven that has been disturbed. There is someone. Something else that has felt the tremor. Yes, my child. You heard me correctly. The very forces that have hunted your legacy for centuries felt it as well. And they are filled with dread because they now know the truth. They have discovered that you are the last living descendant of a legacy they believed they had wiped from existence. But what is this legacy I am referring to? Why has it caused both good and evil to fall silent in astonishment? Why are the realms of light celebrating while the shadows quiver? You want to know, don't you? You seek the truth. All of it. But before I reveal anything, I must ask you something. Are you prepared to confront the truth about your legacy? Because once I speak it, there will be no turning back. So, if your answer is affirmative, then grant me your next 8 minutes and I will disclose everything. Let us commence, my child, to unveil the truth regarding your legacy. The very truth that has stirred both good and evil. I must transport you back, not merely years, but centuries. For the seed of what is transpiring now was planted a long, long time ago. Yes, my child. This seed was sown centuries ago. And do you know who buried it in the earth? Your ancestors, your elders, your forefathers. It was they, my child, who nurtured this divine seed with their own hands. But they did not merely plant it with hope. They fortified it with something far more significant. A secret pact. A sacred vow, a holy agreement with heaven itself. A vow not inscribed in ink, but in spirit, not articulated in human language, but in a dialect only heaven could comprehend. And this sacred vow, it was not about power. It was not about ambition. It was not about control. No, my child, it transcended all of that. It was about purpose. It was about protection. It was about the preservation of something divine, a prophecy that when the moment came, heaven would honor it. Heaven would fulfill it. And just a few days ago, that moment arrived. Heaven awakened. And the vow kept in silence for generations was at last realized. You see, what your ancestors pledged, what they requested of heaven, and what heaven consented to will astonish you. Because the truth is no longer concealed, it has been stirred, and it resides within you. So, if you are prepared to hear the ultimate truth, if you are ready to learn the vow, the secret pact, the divine agreement sealed by your lineage, then listen intently. Allow me to unveil everything your ancestors never shared with you. Let us begin, my child. The secret pact your ancestors forged with heaven. was not a vow for power, not for fame, not for glory. It was something far more profound, something sacred and eternal. The vow proclaimed this: when the world teeters on the brink of its darkest hour, and when the last descendant of this bloodline awakens, the heavens will tremble and the earth will be aware. That was the promise. That was the prophecy. And for centuries, heaven waited. Because your ancestors lived, walked, and bled. Yet, most of them were unaware of what coursed through their veins. Some were warriors, others wanderers, and some were forgotten. But all of them bore the legacy. The enemy dreaded it. However, they were never intended to awaken it. Not yet. For the vow had its time, a signal, a divine trigger. And then, my child, everything transformed. Not because the vow was violated, nor because someone forced it open, but because you unknowingly stepped into the moment heaven had been anticipating. And what initiated it all? It wasn't a thunderclap. It wasn't a temple. It wasn't a prophecy proclaimed in the wind. It was a whisper. A cry from your heart. The night it broke apart. A whisper you can barely recall. But I remember, for that whisper reached me. It pierced the veil. It touched the sacred vow and ignited everything. That single cry awakened the heavens, revived your legacy, and exposed you to both light and darkness. So now I ask you, my child, are you prepared to learn how that one cry set everything in motion? Let me reveal to you what transpired next. That night, my child, when your heart shattered in silence, when no one witnessed your tears fall but me, you whispered just 7 words: God, if you see me, help me. And yes, I saw you. I heard you. I felt every bit of your anguish. Because as it is written in Psalm 34:18, the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. But that night was not merely a moment of solace. It was a moment of activation. For the instant your cry pierced the veil, the ancient covenant began to stir, the scrolls sealed for generations opened. The name concealed deep within those scrolls. Your name ignited with a holy fire that no darkness could extinguish. And in that moment, heaven recognized that the last descendant had awakened. But my child, as heaven perceived it, so did hell. Because the same forces that pursued your ancestors, the same spirits that attempted to erase your lineage, sensed the change. They came to a chilling realization. They overlooked one. You. And now they are quaking. Because what I have ignited within you, they cannot extinguish. Yet, they will attempt to. They will approach with fear. They will come with distractions. They will bring forth lies. But do not allow fear to suffocate your heart. Do not let the shadows mislead you. For while they are scheming, I am fulfilling. And the very promise I made to your ancestors, the one that was sealed in heaven ages ago, I am upholding it right now for you. However, before I reveal what that promise signifies for your future, there is something crucial you must hear first. This truth is what hell dreads the most. My child, the vow I made was not solely to safeguard your lineage. It was not merely about keeping you concealed. It was about unleashing its purpose. When the moment arrived, and now that moment has come, I am not just enveloping you in my protection. I am awakening something ancient within you, something sacred, something unstoppable. Because I did not permit the enemy to discover you so they could annihilate you. No, my child. I allowed them to comprehend something far more horrifying. They have already lost. Just as I proclaimed in Isaiah 41:10, do not fear, for I am with you. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And that is precisely what I am doing for you at this very moment. I am fortifying you. I am assisting you. I am elevating you with my own hand. You are not forsaken. You are not overlooked. You are my chosen one. You are the answer your ancestors prayed for. The miracle they longed generations to witness. The living testament that their legacy was not in vain. Because while they fought, you are the realization. While they bled, you are the breakthrough. While they believed, you are the evolution. And now I am propelling you forward. Not into a future molded by fear, but into a future sculpted by heaven. One that no darkness can hinder. One that no enemy can alter. You are protected. You are chosen. You are invincible. Not due to your own strength, but because of the one who has sent you. So, my dear child, this is not the conclusion for you. This marks your awakening. The heavens stand by your side. The earth observes, and eternity is eager to witness your next steps. My cherished one, I heard your prayer last night. In the shadows, when you believed no one was listening, I was present. Every whispered word, every urgent plea, I captured them all. I sensed the anxiety, the sorrow, the confusion, and the pain. Your heart's cry did not go unheard. I absorbed every surge of emotion that washed over you. I saw the tears you shed for your parents, your children, your friends, and your circumstances. Each drop was invaluable to me. Not a single one escaped my attention. The burden you bear for those you love, the weight of witnessing their struggles. I see it all. And your compassion moves me. Today, I tell you, for every tear you shed, for every sleepless night, I have a blessing in store for you. This is not merely comfort. It is a divine exchange. Your suffering holds significance. I am transforming your pain into purpose, your tears into victory. You will emerge from this. Not perhaps, not hopefully, but you will. I have dispatched a legion of angels to pave the way for you. They are already at work, removing barriers, altering situations, and preparing for your breakthrough. The pain you are experiencing is nearing its end. The season of suffering is concluding. Blessings, healing, miracles, solutions, and my divine favor are on their way to you. Remember this, my child. Weeping may last for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Your morning has arrived, my child. You will wait. And yes, it may feel interminable. Days will turn into weeks, weeks into months, and you may question if I have forgotten you. You will pray with all your heart, pouring out your soul until the words feel hollow, until your knees ache from kneeling. You will feel frustration, and that is perfectly fine. I understand the human heart. I understand how impatience can ignite within you when the larger picture remains unclear. You may find yourself questioning everything, my plan, my timing, even the love I have for you. These uncertainties do not upset me, they simply reflect your humanity. Yet, you will persist in your patience. Even when it seems impossible to wait, a part of you will continue to choose trust over doubt, hope over despair. You will keep waiting and praying because your spirit understands what your mind struggles to see, that I am at work, and one day, when you least expect it, everything will fall into place. It won't happen while you are fixated on the clock or demanding answers, but rather in that serene moment when you have fully surrendered. The breakthrough will arrive like the dawn, slowly at first, then all at once, and ultimately, in a magnificent way. So, never cease to believe, trust, and hope. These are not mere platitudes, they are your connection to your destiny. God is eagerly anticipating the realization of all your dreams. However, it's crucial to recognize that it unfolds according to His timing, not yours. My timing is flawless. Trust the journey. My dear, always remember that you are never alone. In those times when silence feels overwhelming and the world appears desolate, I am present. Though you may not see me, I am closer than your breath and nearer than your heartbeat. God accompanies you every step of the way. He is your strength during moments of weakness. When your legs shake and you feel as if you might fall, I become the solid ground beneath you. I am your hope in times of despair, when darkness clouds your vision and tomorrow seems unattainable. I am the light that will not be snuffed out and your solace in times of trouble. When pain engulfs you and peace feels like a distant dream, I envelop you in my presence.